I am Pinoy Rob.
I am Pinoy Rob.
For the headlines, weather forecast, hot weather expected to persist throughout the week. Local news, 3.6 million worth of shabu seized from 4 suspects in Bukidnon. Cassava facility in Bukidnon allegedly torched by NPA rebels. Suspect in fatal shooting of former Enclaveria arrested. Mugs will not be sold. Palace, cabinet officials to join April 10 Senate probe on Duterte arrest issue. International news. China denounces Philippines' fabricated espionage accusations. Entertainment. Kris Aquino on recent medical procedure. I'm not a difficult patient. Sports. Tennis. Alex Eala climbs to number 73 in WTA rankings. International feature. Palace, charges against Filipinos in pro-Duterte rally in Qatar dropped. National feature. PCG, China Coast Guard made several attempts to collide with PH vessel. Trivia. Is watermelon considered a fruit or a vegetable?
If you find this segment informative, please click the thumbs up button and subscribe to stay updated with our latest news, and share this broadcast to your friends and family. Your support helps us keep you informed. Help us get our first 10,000 subscribers. Your engagement matters. Liking, sharing, and subscribing to our content not only helps more people discover the important stories we bring you, but also supports our team's hard work. It boosts our visibility in the algorithm, making it easier for others to find ways to stay informed. Plus, it helps us generate more resources to continue delivering the news you rely on. Thank you for being part of our community.
Good morning, Philippines. Magandang umaga, Luzon, ug mayong adlaw, Visayas, Mindanao. Today is Monday, April 7, 2025. I am Athalia Pisanyal. Local news. 3.6 million worth of shabu seized from 4 suspects in Bukidnon. 4 suspects, including a targeted high-value individual, were arrested and charged with violations of the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002 by local authorities in Bukidnon. Police Regional Office 10 Director Brigadier General Jason de Guzman revealed that the suspects, believed to be drug pushers, were apprehended during a joint operation conducted by the Kalilangan Municipal Police Station, Provincial Drug Enforcement Unit, Regional Mobile Force Battalion 10, and the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency 10 in Purok 3, Barangay Kinura, Kalilangan. The arrested individuals include a high-value target, alias May Ann, 37, from Nangcagredu, Panabo City, Davao del Norte, alias Dan, 49, from Agusan del Norte, alias Nisa from Tagum City, and alias Bor from Davao del Norte. Kalilangan Municipal Police Station Commander Captain Romeo Arcilia Jr. reported that 530 grams of suspected shabu worth approximately 3.6 million pesos were recovered from the suspects. In addition to seized drugs, authorities also confiscated the vehicle the suspects were using, several cell phones, wallets, bags, and other pieces of evidence. Cassava facility in Bukidnon allegedly torched by NPA rebels. Contrary to the government's claims that the remaining members of the New People's Army under the Communist Party of the Philippines are no longer capable of launching attacks, a cassava facility worth 3 million pesos in Barangay Silo, Malitbog, Bukidnon was burned down by suspected rebels. This was confirmed by Police Regional Office 10 spokesperson Major Joan Navarro based on a report from the Malitbog Municipal Police Station regarding the incident. According to the report, around 12 armed men raided the facility, gathered the employees, set the place on fire, and took the security guard's firearm and 2 radio sets. The investigation also revealed that the attack may have been motivated by a land dispute involving the owner of the facility. The management of the facility has yet to issue a statement regarding the attack. It can be recalled that the military and police recently stated that the rebel group has significantly weakened, especially with the loss of top leaders, including the late Jose Maria Sison. Sison died of illness while in exile in the Netherlands. Suspect in fatal shooting of farmer in Claveria arrested. The suspect in the fatal shooting of a farmer in Sitio Aposcahoy, Claveria, Misamis Oriental has been apprehended by police authorities. The suspect was identified as 43-year-old Anthony Coberto Cabug. The suspect was identified as 43-year-old Anthony Coberto Cabug. The victim, Reynaldo Campania, a resident of Nalhin Kilang, Davao del Norte, reportedly sustained 10 gunshot wounds after being shot multiple times by the suspect. Initial investigations revealed that the suspect shot the victim after the latter refused to give the money he demanded. According to Claveria Municipal Police Station Commander Police Major Cagayan De Oro, they have gathered enough evidence and are set to file a murder charge against the suspect before the Provincial Prosecutor's Office today. The suspect is currently under police custody, and authorities are also checking if he has been involved in other criminal activities in the region. Mugs will not be sold. The Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Misamis Oriental has strongly denied the circulating rumors that the provincial government under Governor Peter Onabiap plans to sell the Misamis Oriental General Comprehensive High School. In an exclusive interview with Bombo Radio, SP board member Gerardo Boboy Sabal III stated that unverified reports are causing unnecessary panic and confusion, especially since the school has more than 11,000 students who would be directly affected if it were to be sold or handed over to a private entity. Sabal emphasized that the provincial government has no intention to sell the school and instead has ongoing programs and a redevelopment plan to improve its facilities and operations. In addition, Sabal clarified that reports regarding the privatization of the adjacent Don Gregorio Pelaez Sports Center are also false. Weather forecast. Hot weather expected to persist throughout the week. The Philippines is bracing for a week of hot weather, with the heat index surpassing 40 degrees Celsius in more than 30 areas across the country on Monday, April 7. Pag-asa has issued a warning for residents to be cautious as the heat index in some areas has already reached hazardous levels. Some regions such as Virac, Catanduanes recorded a heat index of 43 degrees Celsius on April 7, while other areas like Dagupan City, Pangasinan saw a heat index of 40 degrees Celsius. Pag-asa explained that the heat index measures how hot it actually feels, factoring in both temperature and humidity, and it is a key indicator of the potential for heat-related illnesses. Experts are urging the public to stay hydrated, wear lightweight clothing, and avoid outdoor activities during peak heat hours. Health authorities also emphasize the importance of monitoring vulnerable groups such as the elderly and children, who are more susceptible to heat stroke and dehydration.
A pedestrian lane is an interim or temporary pedestrian facility that may be appropriate on roads with low to moderate speeds and volumes. A pedestrian lane is a designated space on the roadway for exclusive use of pedestrians. The lane may be on one or both sides of the roadway and can fill gaps between important destinations in a community.
National news. Palace. Cabinet officials to join April 10 Senate probe on Duterte arrest issue. Malacañang confirmed Monday that several top cabinet officials will attend the Senate hearing on April 10 to address issues surrounding the possible arrest of former President Rodrigo Duterte amid the International Criminal Court's ongoing investigation into his controversial war on drugs. The hearing was prompted by growing public interest and aims to clarify the government's position and the legal and diplomatic implications of the ICC's assertion of jurisdiction, despite the Philippines' 2019 withdrawal from the Rome Statute. Presidential Communications Office Secretary Cheloy Garafil said that the palace supports transparency and has instructed officials to present factual updates on legal cooperation, foreign policy, and national security. Expected to attend are representatives from the DOJ, DFA, OSG, and the Office of the Executive Secretary. They will brief senators on whether the current administration plans to cooperate with the ICC probe. International news. China denounces Philippines' fabricated espionage accusations. The Philippine government has also raised concerns about the timing of the arrests, noting that they came shortly after the Philippines intensified its efforts to combat Chinese espionage activities within its territory. The accusations from China have added to the already strained diplomatic relations between the two countries, particularly over issues such as territorial disputes in the South China Sea. The Philippine government has called for clarity on the circumstances surrounding the arrests and emphasized that the individuals in question were engaged in academic and cultural exchanges and were not involved in any espionage activities. In response, China maintains that its actions were based on evidence and in accordance with Chinese law and continues to defend its stance despite international criticisms. The situation reflects the increasing geopolitical tensions in the region, as both countries navigate their complex relationship in terms of trade, security, and territorial claims. Entertainment. Kris Aquino on recent medical procedure. I'm not a difficult patient. Actress and television host Kris Aquino recently addressed a personal issue involving her longtime friend and showbiz columnist Ogie Diaz, who had made a public remark that offended her current doctor, Dr. Mike Padlan. The misunderstanding stemmed from a comment Ogie made about Kris' relationship with Dr. Mike, which he later admitted came across the wrong way. Kris, who is currently recovering from a recent medical procedure related to her ongoing autoimmune condition, shared the story in a heartfelt post on social media. She revealed that she had only recently reached out to OG to address the issue directly. In response, OG was quick to apologize and expressed regret for causing any additional stress during her delicate recovery. The issue highlights the fragility of Kris' current health situation and how even small stressors could potentially affect her recovery. Her openness about both her medical journey and personal relationships has garnered widespread public attention and support, especially from fans who admire her resilience. Kris also used the moment to emphasize the importance of setting boundaries and protecting one's peace while dealing with health challenges. Sports. Tennis. Alex Eala climbs to number 73 in WTA rankings. Filipina tennis star Alex Eala has made significant strides in her career, moving up to 2 places in the latest WTA rankings, now ranked number 73 from number 75. The 19-year-old's rise is the result of player movements above her in the rankings, reflecting her consistent progress in the sport. Eala's climb is a notable achievement as she continues to shine on the international tennis stage. She recently made headlines for her historic run to the semifinals at the 2025 Miami Open, marking a major milestone in her career. This performance not only earned her more ranking points, but also brought her international recognition as one of the rising stars of women's tennis. Looking ahead, Eala is set to continue her journey through the clay season. She is eager to build on her momentum and capitalize on her success from the previous tournaments. The Oeiras Ladies Open in Portugal, a WTA 125 event, marks the beginning of her busy schedule, starting on April 14. This tournament will be an important part of her preparation for larger upcoming events in WTA circuit. Alex has shown great promise in her tennis career with aspirations of achieving even greater heights and as she competes against some of the world's best. She has been known for her determination, resilience, and sportsmanship on the court, and fans are eagerly awaiting her next big breakthrough. International feature. Palace. Charges against Filipinos in pro-Duterte rally in Qatar dropped. The cases against 17 Filipinos arrested in Qatar for participating in an illegal assembly have been dismissed, as confirmed by Malacañang on Monday. The news came after a meeting between President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. and the Qatari ambassador to the Philippines, Ahmed Saad Al-Homidi, earlier in the day. In a statement, Palace Press Officer Claire Castro disclosed that the Ambassador Al-Homidi informed President Marcos about the resolution. Ambassador Al-Homidi further stated that this action reflects the strong and enduring friendship between the Philippines and Qatar, signaling a positive outcome in the diplomatic relations of both countries. The case had previously attracted attention due to the concerns over the rights of the arrested individuals and the circumstances surrounding the gathering. The Filipinos who were detained in Qatar for being part of the protest had reportedly been involved in activities that were deemed illegal under Qatari law. However, the decision to dismiss the cases is seen as a gesture of goodwill from the Qatari government and an indication of the solid bilateral ties between the two nations. PCG. China Coast Guard made several attempts to collide with PH vessel. The Philippine Coast Guard confirmed on Monday that a China Coast Guard vessel, identified as CCG-3302, made multiple attempts to ram a Filipino-manned vessel, the BRP Cabra. This latest incident occurred within the Philippine Exclusive Economic Zone in the South China Sea, a region that continues to be a source of tension between the Philippines and China. The PCG stated that despite the CCG-3302 engaging in repeated aggressive maneuvers, the BRP Cabra was able to effectively avoid the collision due to its superior maneuverability. As the CCG vessel attempted to close in, the Chinese authorities deployed a smaller and faster vessel, the CCG-21612, to intensify the confrontational tactics against the Philippine ship. Paths was a direct result of the professionalism and composure exhibited by the PCG sailors on board. The BRP Cabra continued to shadow the CCG-3302, maintaining a strong stance in the face of repeated intimidation from both China vessels. In a statement, the PCG emphasized that the BRP Cabra's actions were in line with its legal mandate to protect the country's maritime sovereignty. Trivia. Is watermelon considered a fruit or a vegetable? Watermelon is classified as both a fruit and a vegetable, depending on the context. Botanically, watermelon is considered a fruit because it develops from the ovary of a flower and contains seeds. It's a type of berry known as a pepo, which is characterized by a hard rind and fleshy interior. However, in culinary and agricultural contexts, watermelon is often treated as a vegetable. It belongs to the cucurbitaceae family, which includes vegetables like cucumbers, squash, and pumpkins. Watermelons are grown using vegetable production systems, such as planting from seeds or seedlings and harvesting like other vegetables. This dual classification arises because, botanically, a fruit is the mature ovary of a flowering plant, typically containing seeds, while vegetables are other plant parts like roots, stems, and leaves. Therefore, watermelon fits the botanical definition of a fruit, but is commonly referred to as a vegetable due to its cultivation and culinary uses. Additionally, watermelon shares many characteristics with other cucurbit family members, such as the use of vines, sprawling growth habits, and the way they're harvested, further cementing its place in the vegetable category for agricultural purposes. Despite its classification as a vegetable in certain contexts, watermelon is treated as a sweet fruit in cooking, is commonly used in fruit salads, smoothies, and desserts. The juicy, refreshing taste and high water content of watermelon make it a popular choice during hot summer months. And that was the information we got from here and abroad. Keep listening and watching. Please subscribe Pinoy Rob on YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook. And please tune in to our segment, Good Morning CDO, and have a wonderful day.
If you find this segment informative, please click the thumbs up button and subscribe to stay updated with our latest news, and share this broadcast to your friends and family. Your support helps us keep you informed. Help us get our first 10,000 subscribers. Your engagement matters. Liking, sharing, and subscribing to our content not only helps more people discover the important stories we bring you, but also supports our team's hard work. It boosts our visibility in the algorithm, making it easier for others to find ways to stay informed. Plus, it helps us generate more resources to continue delivering the news you rely on. Thank you for being part of our community.